So let's discuss how to find the slope of the line. Now, slope measures the steepness of a line. And we talked about yesterday how a line can be increasing, as in this case here. As I read the line from left to right, it's going uphill, so it's increasing. But lines can also be decreasing, which we'll see in a couple seconds. So as I look at a line, I can see that there are going to be points that it passes through nicely, and there are going to be points that it doesn't pass through nicely. What I can see right now is that these 2 points, which are highlighted in blue, the line passes very nicely through those points. So if I want to measure the slope of the line or the steepness of the line, the first thing I'm going to look for is how to go from this point to this point. And to do that, I'm going to take a vertical step and a horizontal step. So the vertical step in this case, I'm going to go up 1, which we're going to denote as +1. And then the horizontal step is going to be 3 units to the right, or +3. So this is typically, the vertical is typically your rise, and the horizontal is typically your run. Now, the slope here would be considered rise over run. It's a ratio. So the slope here is going to be 1/3. But notice I can look at 2 more points on the graph that are a little bit more spread out. This point goes through -0, -4, and this point goes through 6, -2. And I can look, how do I go from this point to this point? Well, I would rise 2 units, and I would run 6 units. And what's nice about the slope of the line is that the ratio from rise to run is the same for both of these. So as I look at what the slope of this line is, the ratio of rise over run would be 2/6, which is equivalent to 1/3. So let's look at another example where I have a line that is decreasing, or as I look at the line and read it from left to right, it's going downhill. So we have to find 2 points on the line that are quote unquote nice. And I can find 2 points on this line right here at -4, -3, and at 0, -4. So when I figure out, okay, well, how am I going to get from this point to this point, then I can certainly look at a rise. But in this case, the rise is going down. So because the rise is going down, we're going to denote that as a negative. So this is going to be a rise of -1, but the run is still going to the right. So because the run is going to the right, that's a +4. So if I look at the ratio of rise over run, this is going to be a -1/4. And the negative indicates that the line is falling from left to right. The nice thing is I can do this with any points. So here's another set of points that are pretty nice. This is at 0, -4, and this is at 8, -6. So I would look to see, how would I get from this point to this point? Well, I would go down 2 units. So my rise is a -2, and my run is going to be a +8. And so when I look at the slope of this line, I can say the slope is equal to rise over run, which is -2/8, or that's equivalent to -1/4.